All right. This is the time and place for the Board of Public Education's public hearing in matter of the amendment of ARM 1054-901 through 1054-903 pertaining to the early literacy targeted intervention standards and ARM 1063-101 through 1063-107, 1063-109, and 1063-115 pertaining to the early childhood education standards. I am McCall Flynn, Executive Director at the Board of Public Education. I will conduct this hearing and report back to the Board of Public Education. My report will be a summary and the testimony at this hearing, as well as the written comments that may be filed with the Board of Public Education. Written comments concerning these rules may be submitted until 5 p.m. today, January 6, 2026. Administrative rule review is a function of interim committees and the Environmental Quality Council, or EQC. These interim committees and the EQC have administrative rule review, program evaluation, and monitoring functions for executive branch agencies and the entities attached to agencies for administrative purposes. The Education Committee and the EQC have the authority to make recommendations to an agency regarding the adoption, amendment, or repeal of a rule, or to request that the agency prepare a statement of the estimated economic impact of a proposal. The Education Interim Committee and the EQC also may poll the members of the legislature to determine if a proposed rule is consistent with the intent of the legislature, or during a legislative session, introduce a joint resolution directing an agency to adopt, amend, or repeal a rule. The Education Interim Committee and the EQC welcome comments and invite members of the public to appear before them or send written statements in order to bring to their attention any difficulties with the existing or proposed rules. Their mailing address is P.O. Box 201-706, Helena, Montana 59620. This is a rule hearing conducted pursuant to the Montana Administrative Procedures Act, or MAPA, which is a section of Montana law governing how state agencies adopt administrative rules. Administrative rules are authorized by state statutory law and are used to implement specific duties directed by the Montana legislature. A hearing of this nature is typically recorded, and we are recording this hearing. The recording will help me as the presiding officer give a better report back to the Board of Public Education. Under state law, the Board of Public Education makes the final determination in what rules are adopted. To ensure that the public is informed of agency rulemaking and has the opportunity to provide input, MAPA requires that this hearing be conducted according to some specific statutory requirements. Notice of this hearing was contained in the Montana Administrative Register, notice number 2025-479.1, published on December 5th, 2025, in issue number 23. Under Model Rule of the Attorney General's Model Rules for the Montana Administrative Procedures Act, which have been adopted by the board, I'm required to summarize the major provisions of the notice of public hearing. Paragraph 1 of the notice provides a summary of the proposed rulemaking. Paragraph 2 states that the hearing date and time, virtual hearing information, and the comment deadline. Paragraph 3 states that the board will make reasonable accommodations for the persons with disabilities who wish to participate in the public hearing and gives details and contact information for requesting accommodations. Paragraph 4 states that I'm McCall Flynn and the contact information for public comment. Paragraph 5 of the notice states the reasons given by the board for the amendments. Paragraph 6 outlines the rules proposed to be amended. Paragraph 7 of the notice states that the board does not believe that small businesses are likely to be directly impacted by the proposed rule changes. Paragraph states that the bill sponsor notification requirements of Montana Code Annotated 2-4-302 apply, and that the sponsor was contacted by email on May 7th, 2025. Paragraph 9 gives notice that the board maintains a rulemaking interested persons list and indicates how a person may have his or her name placed on the list to receive notification from the board of rulemaking matters. Paragraph 10 of the notice states that I, McCall Flynn, Executive Director, have been designated as the rule reviewer and to preside over this hearing. Copies of the notice of public hearing on the proposed rulemaking are available on the board's website as well as on the Secretary of State's website and can be emailed to interested persons. If you do not have a copy and wish to have a copy emailed to you, please email bpe@mt.gov. Montana Code Annotated 2-4-3022A requires each agency, which includes boards, to create and maintain a list of interested persons and the rulemaking subject or subjects in which each person on the list is interested. A person who submits a written comment or attends a hearing regarding proposed agency rulemaking must be informed of the list by the agency. The Board of Public Education maintains lists of persons interested in various areas of rulemaking conducted by the board so that the board can provide these persons with notice of proposed rulemaking actions. If you would like to be placed on a rulemaking interested persons list, please email us at bpe@mt.gov or give us a call at 406-444-6576. As stated in paragraph 2 of the notice, written comments submitted after this hearing should be addressed to the board and delivered to our office at P.O. Box 200-601, Helena, Montana 59620, or emailed to bpe@mt.gov. To guarantee consideration by the board, comments must have been received in person or postmarked no later than 5 p.m. today, January 6, 2026. The purpose of this hearing is to collect verbal comments concerning proposed rule changes and gather public input concerning the changes. If you are recommending specific language changes, please submit them in writing. This hearing is not a question and answer session. If you have technical or procedural questions, you may reach out to our office following the hearing conclusion. Following the close of comments, the Board of Public Education will, as required by law, summarize the comments made and respond to them. The summarized comments and the Board of Public Education responses will be published in the Montana Administrative Register as part of the rulemaking process. At this time, if you'd like to make public comment, please raise your hand and I'll promote each person individually to speak. Please identify yourself for the record, stating your name and who you represent. We will take public comment now. So folks that are in our waiting room and the attendees, please raise your hand. I'll promote each of you and we'll just go in the order that you have your hands raised. Okay. Seeing no hands, I will conclude that the hearing is now over. With that, though, the record remains open until 5 p.m. today, January 6, 2026. The Board of Public Education will make decisions concerning these rules at their next scheduled meeting on January 15th and 16th, 2026 in Helena, Montana. Please remember you can send your written comments to the Board of Public Education. Probably better to send them via email at this point to bpe@mt.gov. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or need anything from our office. Thank you so much for your time today.